Come join us for a 24-hour trip to Stephen F. Austin State Park. We had a little bit of time for an impromptu getaway, so we're going to take advantage of this moment. Sadly, a lot of places were closed, but we also got to visit a couple of new places. Some of our favorite trips have been unplanned, and so we're going to make the most of this time we have and share a lot of memories and have a lot of laughter along the way. Corey's going to play with his latest toy, which is his little mini smoker, and make us some smoked cheese. Let's go! First of all, guys, I have to apologize for our dirty windshield, but anyway, we are here at Stephen F. Austin State Park, and this is a nice, quaint little park that's on the bend of the Brazos River, and there is a lot to do here, and there's a little something for everybody. If you want hookups, you got full hookup options, you've got tent sites available, you even have group sites available, as well as shelters. This is our loop that we stayed in, and they're all pull-through sites. Here is Off-Grid Greta. The road is two-way and it's very narrow. They have a really cool amphitheater, and I guess they just have little nature programs here, but I thought this was really neat. And they also have a nature center. They have a playground and basketball courts and all kinds of picnic tables. Plenty of room to frolic and spread out. This park is rich in history. It's in an area that there is just so much to learn about. I am very glad that we got to do this spur-of-the-moment trip for one night, but I do wish that we had more time there because there's a lot to see and not enough time to see it. We stayed in site number 17. This is a view of the site across the street. Here is where we stayed, and I'm going to go ahead and give you a little 180 view here. It is really cool because it's like, I think they mow each section. As you can see, there's like some taller grass in the back area, but I think they mow each site, which is kind of cool. We had 24 hours to kill, and we decided to take a trip to Stephen F. Austin State Park. It's a little over an hour away from our house. We didn't really have time to do everything that we wanted to do. When you travel somewhere and try to go visit small towns on a Sunday, a lot of times the businesses are closed. We really wanted to go into Belleville and go to the Newman Castle, but it was closed today.
The state park's pretty nice here. It's really quiet, laid back. It runs along the Brazos River, and there's also a golf course next to it. So it's like one of the smaller state parks. We went here a couple years ago in the wintertime and walked to the overlook to see the Brazos River. And yeah, we couldn't find it this time.
I think they moved it.
Check-in, yeah, is not accurate, and I didn't know that until we walked and found a overlook, but it wasn't the overlook we were looking for. And then I drove around and saw a different map on one of the boards. You know, they have these big boards that have maps of the trails and stuff, and sure enough, there's a section of the trail that's not on the map that they give you when you check in. So when I go to the overlook, it's on the Barred Owl Trail, and just keep going the trail, you'll eventually come to it.
Yeah, we actually turned around and we're like, this isn't even the right trail. Then we started second guessing if we were even in the right state park. Turns out, yeah, if we would have just walked a little bit further, we would have made our way to the overlook. The Barred Owl Trail is a little under a mile long. It's considered an easy hike, and as you can tell, the trails are not paved, so there are some rocks. If you have any kind of knee issues like myself, this could be a challenge, and there is some slight elevation changes. Obviously, when you're going one way, you're going down, and then you're coming back up on the way back, unless you finish the trail, which we did not. I believe that it's a loop, and we just did it for, I don't know, about 30 minutes, and then we just turned around because we weren't sure when it was going to end, and we were kind of lost, wondering if we were even on the right trail. But it does turn out that if we went a little bit longer, we would have reached the overlook. I really like this park. It's nice and quiet. The loop that we're staying on looks like it's mostly pull-through sites, and we're staying next to the park host. If you can, I'm not trying to pick your nose. Right there is the park host, and he's got a little cat. The whole reason we started this channel, because we've been traveling for years prior to when we started making videos. Your memory gets fuzzy when you start camping a lot, and you're like, have we been there before? And if so, what did we like about it? This is our second time here. It's a kind of a no-frills park, but it's kind of central to everything. Like if you want to go to Katy, not that far away. If you want to go over to Brenham, where the Bluebell Ice Cream Factory is.
What was the name of the place we ate lunch at? That was pretty good.
I don't remember, but it'll be in the video.
Yeah.
The restaurant we actually ended up eating at is called Bever's Kitchen and Gifts. And we chose it because it had a patio. Naturally, we have our dogs with us, and where we go, they go. There is an interesting backstory to this place. It's really cool. It's changed hands a few times, but it is a Victorian-style cottage. It was built around 1907, and it was known as the Crockett House after its longtime owner, Jesse Crockett, who was Chapel Hill's postmaster. In 1981, and Bevers bought this property. It was originally a ceiling fan store when she took ownership of it. She sold it in 1982, brought it back in 1984, and opened it as a combination cafe and real estate office. It's got a large selection of pies on the inside, as well as a really cool gift shop for souvenirs. Hazel and Waldo definitely love to people watch. How are the fried green tomatoes?
Good, really good. Kind of like balsamic glaze.
Olivia got the meatloaf. So I got a chicken salad with avocado mixed in and an herb dressing, and I think I got some kind of soup, tortilla soup. That's the soup of the day.
Meringue pie.
Okay. The first place we went, we just weren't feeling it. And I'm not trying to say anything bad about any businesses, but, you know, first impressions are kind of important. This place was called Chapel Hill Bakery and Deli, and so on one half of it, it's like a bakery set up, and then the other half is a restaurant. We were really looking forward to getting some of their barbecue, but it was too early in the morning, and the reviews are all over the place. Olivia and I went and checked it out. We saw all these pies and baked goods, and Olivia naturally wanted a piece of cake, which was the one thing they were out of. We asked the girl behind the counter. She just wasn't terribly friendly. And we said, where's your cake? And she said, oh, we're out of it. Well, they'd only been open like 10 or 15 minutes. So I was like, you're out of it, or it hasn't been put out yet? And she's like, I don't know. Do you want me to go ask? And I was like, yeah, kind of. If you don't mind, would you go ask? And then they said, no, we're not going to have any cake today. So whatever. We did get a piece of pie. Olivia got, what was it, blackberry?
Wasn't good.
Wasn't good. Yeah. I came back out to watch the dogs while him and Olivia went in. And you said you looked at the food and it just didn't really appeal. It was like a buffet style, so they could kind of see the food and biscuits and gravy. The
gravy didn't look very good.
What? Ooh, you cut yourself. What happened?
I don't know.
Corey made me this delicious prickly pear mimosa. So it has kind of a more melon taste to it, but it's very good. I really, really like it. So give us a historical background on it.
This place is pretty neat. It's Stephen F. Austin, if you know anything about Texas history or U.S. history. I'm sure you know about Stephen F. Austin, but this used to be part of Mexico, and that was weird.
Oh, it's the fly. The fly went on the camera screen.
Yeah, the fly kind of messed up the video. But it was this was part of Mexico, and people could come settle here, and Mexican government would give you land. So Stephen F. Austin settled here and created a little community, and it was like
he's just chilling on the tripod. Look.
Yeah, when the Texas Rangers started out of his community, so
Was this the original capital of Texas?
Well, it was the
Before
capital
Austin?
of his territory. It was called San Felipe de Austin. So, and the town San Felipe is still here, but it's only like 800 people live here or something like that. So, and there's some historical stuff, but we didn't do it because we had the dogs.
And a lot of things were closed.
Yeah.
We wanted to check out the San Felipe de Austin Museum, but they were also closed today. Luckily, we found the Belleville Meat Market was open today. My sweet thing brought me a sample. What do I have here?
Top one's a green onion, the bottom is 3 cheese.
Alright, what'd you get?
Some chorizo, $5. That's pretty cheap. Original smoked sausages. Jalapeno and cheese sausages. And garlic cheddar. Try that.
Nah.
If that one's any better than the Vampire Slayer. I'm making some smoked pimento cheese. Actually, the pimento cheese is already made. Just gonna smoke it. Pimento cheese we got from Buc-ee's. So put it on a plate. Put my smoker dome there. And then I'm going to light my wood on fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. And now I'm going to put my little fan on. And there goes my smoke. And I am going to smoke this twice probably. I'm going to go ahead and let this go.
And how many, tell us how many smoked whiskeys you've already had.
4. 4 smoked whiskey so far.
And as Olivia said, it smells like firecrackers up in here. Buc-ee's does have the best pimento cheese.
Pretty good.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
That's really good, but we're going to let it go a little bit longer to give it a little bit more smoky taste.
And I have a bunch of different flavors, a bunch of different wood chips.
Which one's
That's
that?
hickory.
Okay.
The next whiskey I'll do, I may do like a cherry wood or something.
You just drop little wood chips?
Wood chips. And I got this thing on Amazon, and it says don't use a flamethrower like lighter like that, but
but you're gonna do it anyway.
I think it works great. Now I just mix it up, put it back in the container.
When you don't want to let the bugs in.
Hazel!
Woo. Hazel really loves this Bohemian garlic jerky from Buc-ee's, but it is so expensive. So next thing on our to-do list is making our own beef jerky on the dehydrator. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a hot mess. We'll see you next time. Happy camping!